You were tweeting a lot about Derrick Lewis.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you were even offering him like I don't know, some advice. Like, could
Wrestling
you train?
lessons. I did.
Yeah. Are you interested in training Derrick Lewis? Because it seemed like in the first round there at the end of that fight against Aleksei Oleinik, eventually he won, of course. In the second, you weren't all that impressed with his grappling.
No. So, I mean, like, I don't really have an interest in like train. I'm not going to go to Houston and train him full time or anything, right? But he's really, really good. And I literally think like I could help him with, say, like 3 or 4 positions, and he would be like 3 times as hard to take down. And listen, if they can't take him down at heavyweight, he's a problem for most people in that division.
Do you think that if he fights, say, a Curtis Blades,
Yeah.
who afterwards he said he was somewhat interested in Blades, been asking to fight him, who is very good on the ground, this iteration of Derrick Lewis can stand with him? Can not stand like as in stand and trade, can hang with him? Or do you think he has a long way to go and he can hang with a guy like Curtis Blades?
Yeah, I mean, Curtis Blades is very proficient with the takedowns, obviously, right? So he would need to definitely shore up some holes in the game that he gives up. You know, for example, like the head outside where the guys dump him. That happened a couple times against Oleinik. It was off the half guard sweep. Daniel used it against Derrick Lewis when he fought him at MSG. So, you know, just a few positions like that. Like, I don't think he's already a really good athlete. He obviously knows how to fight. It wouldn't be that hard to just shore up a couple positions, and all of a sudden he's way harder to take down.
That finishing sequence at the end of the first round, how much does that hurt? Like, he said he couldn't breathe, and he was, and we all know how strong Oleinik is, right?
Yes.
What he could do. How much do you think that hurt?
Well, you know what? I always thought that was fake news, and there was no way you could choke someone out with that. And then I was training at Evolve in Singapore, and the coach at the time was Greco Olympian Heath Sims, right? Who was at Team Quest for a while. And he told me, well, just do this little adjustment. The adjustment is you slide a little bit lower. And, you know, in wrestling, you're trying to pin the shoulder so you stay up higher. He said, slide a little lower and really lean back on it. I started tapping people out with it. Like, I thought it was fake news, but he convinced me to use it, and I started getting people in practice with it.
That moment after the fight when he's doing the post-fight interview and he says that he has to go to the bathroom. Honestly, see, I love Derrick Lewis, but I think he planned that. I think he knew and it was great. But I think he knew that he was on air. What do you think?
I'll go coin flip. I'll go 50-50 on that. Yeah, I think there's definitely a possibility that he knew and he was just being funny. He's funny because did you see that little Instagram video he did where he kept calling Aleksei Alexis and he spit on his food? He kept saying, "I got her food" or something.
Yes, and then he spit on it. Supposedly it was his food, but not to take away from him, but I do think that that he knew that he was on air. It was still great. So if
that's an error, but how's that taken away from him? I think that's a credit to him being crafty because, you know, there's guys like you who maybe you're smart enough to see behind the curtain, but there's a whole bunch of marks, right? Probably like 98% of them are marks who they think that this man really admitted he had to shit on air.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.